with cards has been around since the 14th century. Playing with collectible cards has been around since the 1990s. Soon after Magic the Gathering and Pokemon were first printed, we got digitized tables for card combat with games like Cron X and Sanctum. Over time, this moved matches from basements and hobby shops to internet leaderboards and online tournaments. I consider myself a lukewarm talent when it comes to collectible card games, but I've always had an affinity for them. I think we all love cards in some way. But why? The greatest evidence of this shared passion is the card invasion currently taking place in other genres. Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories organized its powers by cards in 2004, and Metal Gear assigned cards to stealth movement and military hardware the same year. UEFA Champions League 2006 played to the collectible sports card fan, and FIFA's Ultimate Team mode that followed it inspired other franchises to develop card-based modes as well. These weren't card games, but games that happen to have a mode or two with cards in it. Several shooters this year have implemented card or pack modes like Titanfall and Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. Neither of them technically play cards in any bonus mode, but rather use them to represent upgrades to your character. In Titanfall, they're called burn cards, meaning they turn to ashes the moment you decide to drop their gameplay perk in battle. In PvZ, they're not cards but stickers that either reward you with new stuff or act as a piece of a larger prize. Neither of these modes had to be cards. Titanfall could have easily shown your combat rewards in a list somewhere, similar to how your Pilot and Titan loadouts appear. Why go to the trouble of creating each individual card with custom art? In Plants vs. Zombies, the stickers represent ammunition reserves and cosmetic bonuses, stuff we're used to seeing in a simple list format as well. If we were to follow this trend, why not have cards represent enemies you fought in Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2, or weapons you've purchased in Grand Theft Auto 5, or ways you've died in Dark Souls 2? Actually, all of those sound kinda cool. I think we love cards for the same reason we love action figures. They're fun to look at. Hopefully most of you have, at one time or another, enjoyed fanning out your card hand, whether it's in Magic or Canasta, and running your fingers across the cards that were almost certainly the keys to your victory. Draw a picture of a giant werewolf or someone being vaporized by a fireball on those, and it becomes clear why they're attractive to other genres looking to cast that collectible curse games can so easily spring on us. So I understand why cards can be fun to play with, whether you're dueling as planeswalkers in another dimension or panzers on the fields of World War II. But why do we have to put up with packs? Almost all of us have shared in the pleasure of opening a pack of some kind of card, whether it was Topps Baseball, Yu-Gi-Oh, or Garbage Pail Kids. We curse the randomness of it and praise the powers that be when we actually get something we want. I initially moaned when I found out there would be items in Disney Infinity tied to randomly packed power discs, but jumped up and down when I finally got the Electric Mayhem bus. Opening a pack is like gambling without any possible skill advantage. At least you can get better at blackjack. There's no way you can get better at summoning a rare card out of its foil prison. You can increase your odds by purchasing better packs, but you're powerless to make those individual packs better by themselves. The free-to-play model is typically based on waiting for resources to build up versus forking over cash to speed things up. In League of Legends, you can buy characters directly. With card games, you could decide to finally open up your wallet without any indication of the value of what you're spending your cash on. It seems illogical on paper, but it's a system that can make a lot of money. For some, rare cards are status symbols more than a means to victory. In MMOs, you have to grind and grind to visually broadcast the progress of your character through advanced armor and weapons. In card games, you might be just one pack away from becoming temporarily cooler than all your friends. It's like the lottery. It might seem nuts to spend a couple of bucks on a ticket day after day and not get anything in return but a microscopic chance of winning big. You could take that money, put it in a savings account every day, and actually see it grow instead of evaporate. There are those who spend enough on the possibility of getting cool cards to buy several standalone games. And who cries for the common cards? Those piles of paper or pixels that exist in large quantities only to hide their more powerful brethren like a needle in a haystack. Free-to-play seems to be the antidote to chronic pack purchasing. Most free-to-play card games let you unlock the bulk of their libraries with just skill, patience, and luck. But these games couldn't survive without reeling in hundreds of card junkies that got hooked on the handouts. There's nothing wrong with that, as long as you know what you're getting. Even when what you're getting is the knowledge that you don't know what you're getting. I'm not sure what the crossover was of teenagers that played both Star Wars the trading card game and Crash Bandicoot in the 90s, but nowadays, I imagine the mix of paper and digital hobbyists is a lot bigger. Card games have taken advantage of the infinite storage space and thriving online community of consoles and computers, while popular video game franchises are using cards to give their titles that addictive edge. It appears we all have a pack mentality, ready to ravenously tear open everything in sight until we get what we want.